Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we are going to be talking about preparing for the FR era. I'm going to let you guys know on some of the things that I feel like you should know now, seeing as how we are about 2.5 months away roughly from when the FR era / Shinryu era drops to global default, because it's supposed to arrive in July of this year. So I want to go ahead and let you guys know on some of the stuff that you really should know, especially to my free-to-play players, because some of the stuff you are probably not going to like, and it's best that I go ahead and let you know now before you get the surprise later on. So as always, if you guys do enjoy the video, consider liking the video and subscribing for future Opera Omnia content. Do let me know down in the comment section below if you have any other questions from anything that was said in this video, and I will answer them as quickly as possible. So we're going to start off with enhancement points. Now, enhancement points are going to become much more important and needed whenever you give a character their force enhancements, which is one of the new things that drops with the FR era. Currently, to fully max out a character board, you'll need 8,000 enhancement points. Now, with the force enhancements, you're going to need an additional 15,000 enhancement points to fully max out one character all the way up to level 30 in their force enhancements and the required FR stones and or FR fragments, which we will get into here in just a bit. Now, Mog Passes get updated as well for those who purchase it to help with the enhancement points demand. So the Silver Mog Pass now gives you 15,000 enhancement points per event. And then with the Gold Mog Pass, it now gives you 30,000 enhancement points per event. The FR Fragments and Stones is a new resource that is needed to level up your character's force enhancements. To unlock all FR enhancements, you'll need 60 FR Fragments or 3 FR Stones. The FR Fragments is going to be the top left image that you see, and the Stones are going to be the bottom left image. Now, FR Fragments can be obtained by completing SHINRYU fights, and you'll get 20 fragments. You'll also get 40 fragments from grinding the new Spiritus boards that JP got not too long ago, and 20 fragments from Transcendence 10 and onwards. FR Stones can be obtained when you max out an FR weapon. You'll receive 2 FR Stones. Now, Power Stones is the other resource that becomes very important because it is what helps you to create the High Power Stones. To create one High Power Stone, you'll need to convert 20 of the regular Power Stones. To fully max out an FR weapon, you'll need 12 High Power Stones or 240 Power Stones. Yes, it is a very big amount for just one FR weapon. Now, at least 2 high power stones can be obtained from checkerboards, and you'll get 1 high power stone for completing SHINRYU. Now, please note that these 2 updates, the 2 high power stones added to the checkerboards and 1 for completing SHINRYU, was not a thing when the SHINRYU / FR era first dropped to JP. It came about it came a little bit over 2 months roughly is when it came. Now, it's around that time. Like I can't remember the exact time frame, but it was around that time where these 2 updates were added because of the feedback that JP players was letting Square Enix know at the fact that they were releasing maybe 5+ FR weapons per month, and a lot of us did not have that amount of power stones to be able to make these high power stones. So because of that, they changed it up where now we are able to obtain at least a few from 2 different sources. Now, to sum up everything, you'll need a lot of enhancement points if you plan on maxing out characters who have their FR enhancements unlocked. Now, one thing to note about that is that you don't need to max out every single character's FR enhancements. The way to do it, especially during the beginning of the SHINRYU / FR era, is to focus on characters that you know for sure you are going to be building up or wanting to max out their FR enhancement, because you don't want to, throw some here, throw some there, you know, etc., etc. Like, you want to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing, that if you are going to use this, and again, especially during the beginning of this new era, that you give it to the character that you really want to take advantage of what you get out of the FR enhancements. Now, for those who are curious to know exactly what it is that you get with the FR enhancements, you actually get three things. Two things is going to be the character, and the other thing is going to be related to the FR gauge. So, for example, if you decide to max out, let's say, Warrior of Light, right? Once you reach 80% of your force gauge, he gets an increase in his Brave damage cap up and max Brave cap up. Also, it also helps out with increasing the force gauge charge rate. So basically, it's gonna speed up the rate of the FR gauge, so it can so you can actually get to 100% of the FR gauge, and then you'll be able to use whatever force ability that you want to use. So FR enhancements, they are very much important. So again, you want to make sure that you know like which character you are wanting to give it to, you know, so on and so forth. Yeah, as we start getting closer to the FR era / SHINRYU, or the new era, I will be talking a whole lot more about everything related to this brand new era. So, you know, don't worry, like, I will be covering a good amount of stuff for you guys, so that way you are 100% prepared. But this was definitely one of the first things that I wanted to get out there for you guys. Now, Power Stones become a big thing now, as you already know. So if you have a big amount, you should be okay, unless you're going to pull for a lot of FRs. And of course, if you're planning to max out a lot of these FRs, you're gonna need a very hefty amount of Power Stones. So in my recommendation, seeing as how it costs 240 of the regular Power Stones to get the 12 high Power Stones to max out an FR weapon, if you are roughly close to, like, say 1,000 Power Stones, you should be okay to at least max out 4. But again, like, you don't have to get every single FR weapon. That's why we have all of these graphics, these planning type of you know, infographics and all that other good stuff that can help you in planning out which one or which FR you want to max out, so that way you know exactly the amount of Power Stones that you need for whenever their FR weapon drops. So it's always good to plan out your pulls and stuff like that. Like, I plan on doing an FR pull planning video probably in the next month or so before the new era drops, so that way, you know, you guys can hear like what I think about said character, and you know, so on and so forth, and you can kind of go by that if you want. But you know, having at least roughly, I can't say like 1,000, at least at the minimum. If you have 500 Power Stones, then that's enough to max out 2. Any more higher than that will of course equal more FR weapons being maxed out. So, and then with the $5 Mog Pass, and I do want to say that I am not being paid by Square Enix for me telling you guys this, but the $5 Mog Pass will be the least minimum to snag now to start building up enhancement points, since you can get 10k from the events that are currently out in global. So for those who do purchase Mog Pass, if you have a very good amount of enhancement points, you are good to go. For those who have been, or for those who played during the anniversary back in February, remember they gave us a good amount of enhancement points from the co-op shop. So if you did that, then you should have a good amount of enhancement points as well. And then for any newer players who, you know, who have considered purchasing something, or at least maybe like the $5 Mog Pass or the $36.99 Mog Pass, like, now would be a very good time to pick it up. And again, I am not being paid by Square Enix to tell you guys what to do. I mean, again, at the end of the day, it's your game and whatnot. I'm just throwing you guys some recommendations so that you know like what's up and what to expect. And especially with the start of the brand new era, there was a lot of players that was unprepared for the amounts that we had to that we had to throw out to max out like weapons, max out the force enhancements, etc., etc. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and make this video, so that way you guys know what's going on, what's going to be happening as soon as this era drops to global. So, but other than that, though, guys, that's going to be it for the. One thing that I did want to mention: there was also a quality of life update that happened in JP, and I do not know. So please take this with a grain of salt, because I don't know exactly what global is going to be doing once this new era drops. But I do want to say that with the Power Stones in the daily token shop, or in the shop where you use the Cydia points on global right now, you can get 1 regular Power Stone. In JP, a couple of months after, or I would say like maybe 3 or 4 months roughly, I'm gonna say 3, at a certain point in the FR era in JP, we got an update where we can now get 10 Power Stones instead of the 1, which actually does help out a lot. And again, I do not know if this is going to be something that is going to be implemented on day 1 of the FR era, and the same thing goes for the 2 high Power Stones that is added on the checkerboards, and the 1 for completing Shinryu. Again, this was added at a later date during the FR era for JP, so please remember that, because I do not want to catch any flack of players not listening to that portion or the text or this portion of the video. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Again, if you have any other questions, feel free to comment down below, and I will get to them as quickly as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.